Hey guys, welcome to I'm Sick of It TV, where we discuss everything that we sick of. You know? So, as you can see, I'm probably going to start with politics. So, you got Donald Trump, uh, probably one of the realest presidents that we've got to witness and be a part of. Um, and America has found a way to ostracize the orange man. They found a way to play on the minds of the so weak and feeble-minded public that they hypnotized them to thinking that this he's worse than any other um, warmonger that you ever seen, and it's just impossible if you do your history, accept the history, and know the history. So, um, I'm not some, out of left field uh, Trump supporter. I've, had a lot of respect and admired Donald Trump back as a kid, in the 80s. You seen him in boxing. You would see him have a comedy roast on the Comedy Central, everywhere. I mean, he was in wrestling. He was never this guy you look to be a politician, which is why they thought that it would be a good idea to run up against him. But what they didn't know is that he proved that, in politics, you don't have to be that most intelligent person, you know. Um, he proved to us that, we can go do the jobs that these politicians do, judges, uh, we could FBI's, we might as well, the people would be better and more fair-minded at these jobs than the people that they got. Now, the people that they have in there, they're somewhat smart, but they're stupid for thinking that people are that stupid. You have your followers and your left-wing, these new alphabet people and this cancel culture and shit like that, is it was something that was practiced and groomed people to be sheep. So anyway, Donald Trump is being uh, prosecuted uh, in the middle of an election that he is winning, and to some, he won the last one. My problem is, and what I'm sick of, is, people don't want to say what it is right now. And what's going on right now is that the current president, all the things that Trump said about him came true. They were never lies. It was never any to dispute, except to the people who just were built with Trump hate. I watched a lot of celebrities, rap stars, black, that, I tell people, they call Trump a racist so much, and I say, well, you know, all my life I've seen him around black people. I've known things that he's done for black people. When he became the president, he, due to Kim Kardashian, he went and freed a lady out of Alabama who their government tried to give her hundreds of years, and she was 60-some years old. And he went and freed a black lady. She was nobody special. She was just somebody who was treated unfair. Obama and his administration couldn't adhere to the people for 8 years, and the racists came in and did. Um, Then you got the people who totally, they call him the racist, but they totally ignore the fact that Biden been in politics for 50 years and he's been making laws based on racial uh, equation, you know? So it's just sad to see people lost, you know, when you come from a generation that has taught you to be real, logical, and don't talk about what you don't know about. You know, you got people that, you know, refuse to hear anything that the opposition has to say. This is why they're short on their research. And it's very, very frustrating to see that we're turning into a third world country due to the fact that people have become compromised in the highest places. So you mean to tell me? My thing is, like, I watch these news and nobody wants to just call it out for what it is. It's clear. They call it a two-tier justice system. Trump is being charged for all the things that they've done and are doing. You know, they got all the world riled up about Russia, and then you come to find out that it was all a lie. On top of that presidential candidate at the time taking documents, destroying documents, whitewashing thousands and thousands and thousands of documents. Of course, Sniffy Joe is what I call him. His crime sheet is ridiculous with factual crime, but how they even are allowed to do the Orange Man in this manner is crazy to me, you know. And you know, when he came along, I said, you know what? You know, a lot of people look like they're not paying attention sometimes, and they really are. So I paid a lot of attention to politics for a long time, and nobody else came in and said the things he said. And one thing that always touched me when he said, hey, what you got to lose? Especially black people. He said, black people, what do you got to lose? I agree. So then on, it's the only president that I know that came through on the things that he promised us, you know? So I say that to say this. Right now, Donald Trump has 4 federal indictments, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so Hunter Biden. Now, see, I look at it from a local. I've been prosecuted by the law before. So my thing is, how much more evidence do you need? Because I know if I have 20 different bank LLCs, then I'm not Donald Trump. I have no business history, savvy, known to been specializing in nothing but government. And then you have all the things that a millionaire has. You have your taxes ignored. You know, like they say, if I go, you know, if I don't file my taxes, I can go work a whole year nonstop, no days off. They take my money. But if I don't file it, they have such a swift reaction to me not even filing money that I work for, let alone these people, the Hunters, the Joes, and the grandchildren. They're receiving millions, hundreds of millions. Now he wants to send another $40 billion to Ukraine. I don't know how much he's sent so far. It's probably been around $230-something billion to Ukraine, right? Who is also on the emails. Hunter worked for them. You want more money to send to these countries that you were already caught up on, got in emails, receiving millions of dollars from sanctioned terrorists. um, Now my problem is I see the trick that they done. The Obamas, they pulled it off. They got it was weaponizing government. They try to put the right people in the right places. So when it comes down to them, they will get breaks in any time that they want to unleash their pit bull of justice system. They will, if you don't agree with their doings. So now you got people who, I just always imagine if that was Trump that had all this visibility of illegal foreign operation. I mean, they got this man persecuted with no evidence, bogus charges, false charges. All it is the same shit that they've been doing. So they know one thing about melanated people or black people. All you have to do is pull the race card. You start speaking about race. And like I said, it really shows how ignorant a lot of my people are, because you're getting the same trick played on you over and over again. And then letting them tell you that this man is a racist when, if you've ever seen this man, he's been nothing but a playboy, billionaire, millionaire since the 80s. He didn't have to do this. He doesn't have to be in politics. He could have just been chilling in the sunshine, man, with his billions and looking at this shit falter away. But he refuses to, and people don't understand that, yes, he's a historic folklore at this moment because he's fighting evils that you have no idea that he's fighting. You guys take it for the face value, and all they believe is all these promises that the Democrats have hypnotized you into being a supporter no matter what, and you get nothing from it. But you just so addicted to this is a zombie. This is why they probably make all those zombie movies, because they knew they was going to have these people in under, hypnosis or something. So they convince you that this guy's the racist. But yet and still, they have never, if you want to be racial about it, then you could say, well, why is this one white man the one that they treat him as if he was a black president? What would you assume a real black president would be treated like? I personally didn't look at Hussein as a fully, African American, real African American. A lot of controversy there, but it's right now Joe Biden is his puppet at this point, so he's still in the mix. Trust me. So what I'm looking at here is Joe Biden wants to give another $40 billion to Ukraine. Okay. They pulled the sham impeachment on Trump, but now, and for Trump, now he was impeached for investigating the shit that Joe and Hunter had going on with Ukraine that Joe knew nothing about, even though he held $1 billion. We know that he told him, hey, if you don't fire the prosecutor investigating the situation, that my son works on that board, then I'm not giving you the $1 billion in U.S. aid. Publicly stated. You can look it up anywhere, not my words. So now you want to keep dumping millions into these places. And my only thing is, when Trump was here, we had no war. They said he was going to be this warmonger, and we were going to just, the end of the world was coming. Yeah, it was the end of the world. It was the end for the deep states world. So, we get to this point where it's like, okay, we took the Orange Man as a joke before, but now this gotten too serious. He's threatening the democracy. So now we have to use all the tools. So now they're going at this man at full throttle, and they're covering the airwaves, making you think, hey, this is all y'all need to worry about, because we got him. Well, I don't really think they got him, but I'm frustrated with the way they're able to do this. And if it wasn't for Trump, we wouldn't have the, I would say, unincidental information that we have and transparency. Because, a lot of it just has to come out because it's there, but Trump brung it all out. And then he brung a lot of people's actual ways of thinking out. You got to really see who was fair-minded, who was logical, who was absolutely insane. Me being a black Trump supporter, I got drugged through the mud, but I'm a very, I'm a real, patriot, black or white, I know all about the fight. You know what I'm saying? We have to fight every day. So the things that he is talking about and going through is what I can relate to, being unfairly, treated and not really getting a fair deal. The powers go higher and higher, the more you're able to get past them to stop you. So, he wants to send Joe Biden wants to send millions and millions to all these countries, so after they not in office or whatever, they can go around and collect. We know the game. The problem I have is, I know about, the movement. We will stand and, what they call holding the line. Things have to happen in order for things to happen. So, right now, as Trump supporters, a lot of people who get down, but a lot of people, we stay motivated and we see now. You should be able to keep seeing clear. Even if you're a Trump hater, you should be able to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You could, I just look like this, but we watching, and I just, wanted to get the everything out there because we're going to continue on and we're going to ride this journey out and we're going to see day for day the strings and the tricks that they're pulling. A new counsel was added, the same counsel that had been doing the same case for the last 5 years that never did the case, but now he's special counsel, which he said he was special counsel, then he said he wasn't, then AG Garland said that he was, but then now he had to make an official statement when he should have made the statement before, which means he didn't have full authority to take it here, and what the whistleblowers were saying was really true. So now they put this play down, and everybody says, okay, well, it's a Stonewall to, Stonewall Congress and questions. Okay, well, I get it, and it's just got to be ways above the people that are above the law, because people are above the law, and these people are clearly above the law. And, I hear all these things about, well, Trump is he's an agent. He's working with him and doing all this. And I'm saying that, trust me, if he was with them, he wouldn't be here. He wouldn't be the example, because he's the only one with enough money to probably survive this is what's going on with these people. So he could have rolled off into the sunset with his money. He didn't have to wake us up to the things that we woke up to. He didn't really have to wake the world up to the deep state. You know, he didn't have to do that. They could have just kept doing what they're doing, got Hillary in. No. And if they wanted to decipher of all the fighters and the righteous ones, we would have stood up anyway. But he just sped up the process that disrupted their plans. So now they got to deal with him so they can deal with everybody else. You know what I mean? And we can only hope that we become intelligent enough to be able to understand how we can protect ourselves from this mayhem and this wickedness. So, right now, you know, this indictment game that they're playing is really, really aggravating. You know what I mean? Because you can't sit up here and tell me you giving this guy these indictments that's trumped up, overblown, falsified, and actually it's not false because all they're doing is charging Trump with the things that they have been doing and are doing. We all know Sniffy Joe belongs to China. He belongs to Ukraine. You know, he is a part of them. They're a team. You know, they don't have no care about America. So, you know, when you get to realize that, you know, you gotta look deeper, and maybe you might need to look into a little bit more science fiction. We're at an all-time danger, and it's not funny, but it's the only way to think that you have a chance. It's, you know, it's to kind of giggle about it because it's insane that they are getting weaker with their tricks. Their tricks have become old. I don't think they know how to do too many other tricks. It's just when people get their consciousness together to be able to decipher horror and wickedness from true righteousness. So it ain't a religion class, it's just the reality of life, of energies, you know, dark energy, light energy, that sort of thing. But again, what's going on in our face, people, especially my black people, y'all really need to kind of realize and recognize, you know, these people have been fooling you for years, and this man is really in their way of, you know, taking everything you got. You know, your thoughts will remain. You know, if it's they had their way, we're not even going to be able to think. They're doing wicked things. You know what I mean? They're trying to cover up the sun. They're manipulating, you know, the way we think and see. So, you know, I just want people to stand for what's right. You don't have to stand, you know, in politics, but stand for what's going on, what's right. And it's clearly a war going on. And, you know, I'll just say we got to support the orange guy. You know, it was very, very, what you call a surplus when he was in. Things was looking really up in the economy like never before. And, you know, I can't take that away from him. I never did. I believed he would do it. I was always a supporter. So, you know, with this Sniffy Joe guy and there's all these millions and just this money, you know, it's just hard for me to really be able to understand how this is able to go on because, like I said, if I do make $200 outside of, you know, the tax and they find out about it, they're going to be at my front door. But this guy, Hunter, he got caught with a gun and didn't pay millions, $17 million worth of taxes. But time expired. Um, Guns, I mean, everybody got a gun, right? Even though they don't want you to have a gun. Those people, Sniffy Joe's administration, the guns, and they don't want you to have them. And, but Hunter can have one. And so it's nothing. So, actually, Hunter's setting precedents for the world. So, in the state of law, maybe that's a law that you can always bring out to get you out of, not paying $20 million in taxes. I mean, it's not a big deal. Statute of limitations, 6 years, you know? So, everything that they're doing, they're blaming Trump for, and we're going to get deeper and deeper into it, but this was just a fill out of how we got here. And I hope you guys appreciate the video. I will have many more, and we're going to get deeper into this as we speak. I'm just getting started, guys. So tell me how you like the video. You can give it a thumbs up or dislike it. But I'm sick of it.